Glorious afternoon, everyone. This is Apostle Erica Moni Glenn, and this is Talk Safety to Me, Safety Talk, and this is going to be day 45. So I have Miss Jane Doe, we're not going to use her name for privacy purposes, who's going to share her testimony and just what her experience has been like for her and her daughter staying in and outside of shelters. So I'm just going to give her the floor. Go ahead, Miss Jane.
As she said, my daughter and I have been in several shelter situations over the past several years, and each one has been different as far as staff and the clients. Like some clients can be rude, some staff can be rude. On the whole, I mean, everything's been not too bad. One shelter we were in Maryland, I'll say that, but not exactly.
Okay. Yep.
It had more privacy than the previous shelter. It was like an individual room for each of us. But as far as bathrooms, they're not always private. So, I mean, it's a sharing of the bathrooms, the eating areas, and
So I do have a question, like, since you are a mother and then you and your daughter actually reside in shelters, my question is, do you ever feel or have the fear of the safety for your daughter? Do you ever have any concerns, like if you're not around, if she's safe, going back and forth to work, whatever the case may be, do you ever like have that as a concern? Or have you ever been in a shelter that made you like, okay, not only am I watching myself, but now I really got to make sure my daughter's being treated kindly and with dignity, and making sure the environment and the city or the neighborhood is safe for her as well?
Okay. Well, it's basically been safe for the most part. Because I'm mostly inside all the time, and when I'm out, I'm with her. We're out together, and then she's off at work, and then I'm inside the shelter, as I said, myself. But we felt pretty safe for the most part.
Okay. What about the safety of your belongings? Things that's unattended, attended, whether they have lockers or not, like, how has that been for you and your daughter?
Well, for myself personally, at the shelter we're currently at, I had a phone stolen.
Can't stand theft.
She hasn't had anything stolen in the experience so far. Knock on wood. There's no wood. But yeah, for the most part, yeah, people do. I've been known to steal at shelters, but that was my first experience of any theft.
Okay.
For me personally.
Okay. Well, it's still unfortunate because, again, as a child of God or just in general, theft of any kind is not acceptable.
Right.
And if I see it, you gotta deal with me, okay? Amen. So it's just like, I know it's her and her daughter, but now they know me. Take that how you want. But okay, so another thing about it, outside of your items being safe, how about because I'm a human rights consultant as well, and I love to remind people of their rights. How safe do you feel that your information is? Because most shelters, you got to do intake, you got to do paperwork. Do you feel like certain information you're forced to give? Because by law, technically, some things you don't have to disclose. Right. So do you ever feel like, okay, anybody can have access to my information, or I feel that I'm entitled to give this information because they're sitting in the seat of power?
No, I haven't really felt forced to give any information.
Okay. No. You do know the importance of keeping your information safe, right? Like paperwork, social security numbers, IDs, locking that away the best way you can, or keeping it on you wherever you go. Because as we know, identity theft, especially in shelter settings, especially in places like that where they feel that you don't really have the opportunity to keep that information safe, it's easy access. Which is bullcrap when I'm around. Like, I love to remind people of keeping that safe the best way that you can. I think it's like lanterns. Like, some people could get the little wallets and keep it on their lanterns, like little social security cards and different things of that nature.
on the lanyard, like
Yes,
like,
correct.
right around
Or like a little
yeah.
wallet. And then
Mhm.
something else I would like to disclose, people who don't have identifications, most shelters should be able to help you to get that information, like your social security cards, your birth certificates, things of that nature. I don't care what state you're in.
I need to get that done as well. My birth certificate and ID updated.
Okay.
And yeah.
Okay. I'm glad you mentioned that. So with the shelter that you're currently in, would you say that they're good on reminding you about that? Like, hey, anybody that needs to get their social security card or their birth certificate,
I
we
do
can
have
help.
my social security card. But,
Okay.
But birth certificate and ID. I'm in the process, and every time I try to talk to case management, it's like, I'll be right with you. I'll be right with you, and then and then hear nothing. You know,
Dismissals.
Yeah.
Okay.
like silence.
Wow.
Mhm.
And that's unacceptable because, you know, most places you got to schedule to meet with the case manager. And then unfortunately, I'm seeing that it's a low percentage of case managers or people who really care. Because again, I met case managers years ago who admitted that they just want to paper push. Meaning they could care less about the client and they just seen it as paperwork. So
Yep.
it's just like, again, if you don't have the heart for it, this is my nice way of saying, just turn in your 2 weeks notice. Don't, you know what? Just walk out. Give a notice and be like, I'm done, because many of you are burnt out and you're causing more harm than good. And I see it. Believe me, I see it. And it's unacceptable because, again, I'm big on treating people with dignity, no matter the living situation, no matter what they got in the bank account. And yeah, and at the end of the day, we all in this world, no matter our age, we're all going to need help once or twice in life.
At some point.
Amen. So speaking of dignity, how have you felt with that? Like, do you feel like being in the shelters that people treat you like you're just scum, you're nothing, or do you feel like they're treating you with dignity, like they actually see me for who I am, me and my daughter?
For the most part, I'm treated fairly with respect, and most of the time.
Okay, that bug still there.
Right.
You said most of the time. So the times you don't, like, what does that make you feel like?
Well, I mean, a couple of situations. Some of the staff might get rude, or you know, or clients as well. And I'm like, okay, I brush it off. You know, move along.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So now that I know that you're working on getting that,
I try to treat people the way I'd want to be treated. And I try to respect people, all people, you know, no matter what. If you want respect, you're going to respect me and my daughter. Number one.
Amen. Okay. So
and she feels the same. She'd stand up for me in any situation.
Excuse me. Amen. Thank you. God bless. Thank you. So with that being the case, and I know you said you desire to get things rolling with the birth certificate, correct? So I'm big on accountability. Okay. Excuse me. God knows what I'm about to say. Is I would do my due diligence because again, the 4th of July is this week, so you can imagine what it's going to look like. And I know you know where you are and where you know most of the time during the day. I will help you try to get in front of a case management so you can get that knocked out for you and your daughter, especially if you already got the social security number. Because again, if you don't mind me asking, how long has it been since you've been working on this birth certificate situation? Weeks, months?
Since I had started on it at our last show. Yeah, so it's been like months.
Was this a different? Not you don't have to say this state, but was it this state or was it the Maryland?
Different.
Okay. So yeah, we
When
going.
we came from. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna get the ball rolling because if I'm not mistaken, that's something they could definitely help with. Or they send you. I don't know if they send you to another place that
Or
helps
they
you.
should.
Yeah. Okay. So some of you may be in a similar situation, whatever the case may be, because you know one of the things about it, I'm a missionary. God sends me to different states and all that. And missionaries, technically, we're connected to those that's unhoused. Remember, Jesus didn't have a home, so technically, if you look at based on 2026, he would be considered homeless. Okay, so me as a woman, of course, I you know rely on shelters unless I found housing elsewhere. So I don't look down on it at all. I learn a lot, and I know it's connected to who God has destined me to be. But one of the things that I'm gonna make sure no matter where I go is people are treated with respect. And if not, I know how to get rid of people, meaning out of their positions and get them fired because it's not okay. And then not only that, the same thing with clients, like she mentioned. Everybody's going. Everybody knows why they're there. It shouldn't be now.
We're all there basically at the end of the day for the same reason.
Correct.
We're all in the same situation, so help each other out. Don't look down on them, or
Correct. And what is it they tell kids, like people in general? If you don't have nothing nice to say, don't
say anything.
There you go. So if you don't know, especially if you're a client and you don't know how to do something and some information you don't have, then shh. Yep. Don't be evil. Nobody needs you to be a Debbie Downer. Mm-hmm. Okay? Because a lot of y'all already, wake up on the wrong side of the bed, but that's between you and whoever God you serve, okay? But leave other people alone, because at the end of the day, I'm big on priorities. Take care of your business to get on your feet. This ain't no social club. Amen? Amen. But, making sure my phone don't fall because the wind is trying to do something crazy. But I thank you so much, Miss Jane Doe. I pray this helps someone. And then not only that, if you're a caseworker, someone in leadership that can help people in the homeless, community or any community, I pray this was an eye-opener for you. Make sure you're treating people with dignity. And remember, just like someone that's less than you, or it seems like they're less than you, you need to help one day. Someone gave you opportunity at that job. Remember, any job is temporary, nothing's permanent. Remember that. So don't let your actions and your attitude be the reason why you get fired. That's the nicest way I'm gonna put it. Amen. So again, this is Talk Safety to Me. Safety Talk with Apostle Erica Monet Glenn, day 45. Thank you all for tuning in. Ms. Jane Doe, any last words?
Thank you for hearing my story.
Amen. And let's give her a round of applause, because this was your first interview, right? Amen. I'm honored. All right, y'all. Until next time.